How do a man align himself to a spirit? Before a man align himself to a spirit, that man must understand the assignment upon his life. I was speaking to a dear daughter and I asked her, what do you even call destiny? You see, the factor called destiny is something we misunderstand very well. You see, your destiny is in your hands. Your destiny is in your hands. We've been hearing about destiny, and about destiny. The factor I want you to understand about destiny is that destiny is the predetermined agenda of God. What God superimposed on you even before you were formed. That is what your destiny is. He said, Jeremiah chapter 5, he said, before I formed you, Jeremiah, he said, before I formed you in your mother's womb, he said, I knew you. He said, before you were even formed in your mother's womb, I ordained you what? A prophet. So Jeremiah's destiny is to what? Prophesy. Right? So you might be in Abia State University studying method, yet in the realm of the spirit, God don't even know you're a doctor. You will now find out that a lot of persons that is why you see graduates, they will superimpose what they studied on school themselves. Somebody will study mass comm and he will be doing a banking work. Meanwhile, God factor was not captured in the person's life, because before you understand destiny, you must know what God ordained for you. God predetermined ordination upon your life even before you were conceived is your destiny. So you can wake up tomorrow and be influenced. Now, what are the factors of the things that influences destiny? Number one, peer group. Most of us, God called, we run our way going astray because of what? Peer group. Most of us that God called, we were on our way running from the call. Check major prophets you know on earth. They were on their way running from the call. Why? Because of pressure of peer groups. Some of them want to go into Yahoo. You know this thing they call Yahoo. Some of them want to go into drugs. Some of them want to go into armed robbery just to make quick money. Why? Fear what? Pressure. Question. The life you are living now, what you find joy in doing now, is that God predetermined destiny for you? Before a man can be aligned to a spirit, you must first find out if that man is walking in the predetermined ordination of God for his life. Who told you were meant to study engineering in school? What convinced you that you are meant to study banking and finance in school? Did you study it because that was what school gave you? Some of us will not be here today if we followed what our heart was telling us to do. And then we studied all kinds of courses in school. We will go and look for work, but there is something on our head. Why? Because destiny called. Sometimes you finish school, you graduate from school, you want to look for work, and then God will keep you. You see, one of the ways you will find out that you are walking in destiny, is that the ways of God will alter everything you know. You know, sometimes when we preach like this, I'm trying to look for how to put it that you will understand. You know, finishing SS3 in our secondary school, then when we finish SS3, you know, a lot of us, our classmates were telling us that their parents would take them abroad to study, right? Our parents take us abroad. I want to go to Bangkok University. Some of them have not gotten admission. At the end of the day, they're still in Nigeria, right? Right? Yes. Now, the predetermined ordination of God for your life is what matters and is what you call destiny. Why did my traveling abroad not work? Sometimes what you are pushing for is not God's predetermined destiny for you. That is why He's rejecting. Some of us wanted to work in oil companies and engineering firm where they will be wiring you thousands of dollars monthly. But then something is calling you. The same way God can bring a bush and make him become a king tomorrow. David was in bush tending to his father's flock. Destiny was calling him in the palace. Imagine David did not pay attention to the call. And then a generation will go. Where will we get the name Son of David from? Listen, every destiny you are bought, a generation pays for it. Every destiny you are bought, a generation will cry for it. It is important you sit down and know your place in God, so a generation will not be robbed of the dimensions of God you were ordained to show them. If Elijah did not come into the picture, who will call down fire from heaven? Who will bring an end to the reign of Baal? So your alignment to a spirit even determines how far that spirit journeys with you. Your alignment with a spirit determines how far a spirit does business with you. Because in the things of the spirit, alignment matters a lot. You can love God and not be aligned. So the purpose of this meeting is to help keep yourself on check. Am I actually fulfilling the predetermined ordination of God upon my life? Or am I doing what my mates are doing? You know, I do tell my sons and daughters, I tell them, if you want to actually keep your life on check and know if you're on track, go back to your books when you were growing up, the things you wrote on your books. I was going through my notebook in my pad. I was going through my notes on pad, and then I saw where I wrote my agenda for this year. And I remembered, I think there were 12 of them, hefty work. I did 12 of them. I remembered a few, but I forgot 2 or 3. When I saw that book, I said, hey, I've not done this thing. I have to start planning towards it. Why? Because I wrote it down somewhere. If you see, listen. Anytime in your life where you think you need to check yourself if you are walking in the where you need to check yourself if you are walking in purpose with what God preordained upon your life, the first thing you need to check is your note. Hey, some of you don't have notes where God told you things earlier. The voice of God comes upon a man clear. You know, there is something called the first love. That is why when we want to speak to people, we tell them, why not return to the first love? Because that thing you call first love is always genuine. Have you seen when people encounter God the first time, they begin to cry? Sometimes you don't know what is making them cry, but they are crying. But when they become matured in God, some of them become big boys in God that they can no more cry. Fellowship will be going on. Praises and dance will be going on. They will pocket their hands and they will stand. And they will be like, we are matured spiritual people. I don't know what they call mature spiritual people. And then you will understand that God actually misses us when we came to him earlier than now. Because now you don't even have time for God anymore. When you were trusting God for a job, you were praying 2 hours every night. Now you have gotten a job. You are telling God, God, you understand, I'm tired. I go to work by 7 a.m. and I come back by 6 p.m. I am tired. You should understand me. I need to rest for tomorrow's work. Listen, anything that takes you out of the presence of God can never be God ordained destiny for your life. Even if they pay you $1 billion in that occupation, it can never be God's purpose for you. Anything that will cost you your love for God, God can never give you what will distract you from him. God can never give you what will distract you from him. God cannot give you a treasure that will take you away from him. Never. It is not consistent with his personality. It is not consistent in his person. It is not found in his dealing to raise a man and send him out of his presence. Whatever takes you out of the presence of God can be your ego or your pride. And so you come up to a level, you now feel that we are not baby Christians anymore. We are now matured in Christ. And so dance and praise can be going on in church. You will stand one place and be looking at the environment because you are not matured. And then at the angel that brings results is looking for those that are dancing. Meanwhile, you are standing like a statue because you are not matured. Alignment. Can God trust you? Some of us, we knew we were called to be pastors, but we're not ready to answer the call. The alignment. Abella Kombaida. Akila Kash. In 1 minute, bow your heads and say, Lord, I align. Just make that a sincere prayer. Say, Lord, I align. Shakapapash. Say, Lord, I align. Say, Lord, I align.